My name is Hopwood DePree, and while searching my ancestry, I discovered my family ties to a long-lost historic property. Now I'm helping other people to do the same. Today, I'm meeting with Roz, a local resident who has several very interesting connections to Hopwood Hall Estate that go through the centuries, including that she is a descendant of Guy Fawkes, an infamous figure in the UK's history who once visited Hopwood Hall. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. What do you have here?
This is a light similar to what Guy Fawkes would have used.
I love it. You're right into character. This is perfect. Guy Fawkes is the most well-known member of the Gunpowder plot of the year 1605. The plot was an unsuccessful attempt to destroy the Houses of Parliament in London. At the time, Catholics faced severe persecution and discrimination under Protestant monarchs, and Guy Fawkes and his co-conspirators wanted to bring down the Houses of Parliament and the king and replace him with a monarch who was Catholic. And each year, on the 5th of November, which is known as Bonfire Night, the failed attempt is commemorated with fireworks and bonfires and is an important part of British culture. So early 1600s, Guy Fawkes would have showed up here on his horse and come through this archway. And would Guy Fawkes have been famous at this point, or
No.
he was an unknown?
No, he was.
So,
well, he was famous in his own way,
right,
as a soldier, but not famous in the way that we remember him.
Now that he's known
but he was known in his time as a soldier. Because
the Hopwoods were a prominent Catholic family and were friends with Guy Fawkes' father, Edward, Guy stopped at Hopwood Hall while he was in the area gathering funding for his plot. But according to records, the Hopwoods had no idea of his real intentions for visiting. He left the hall empty-handed. How did you feel when you came across this discovery of being related to Guy Fawkes? What was that like?
I don't know, it was a bit weird. I'd been to York so many times where he was born, but obviously I wouldn't make a connection. But I've always loved York, it's a lovely place. But it's actually through Ellen Harrington, Guy Fawkes' grandmother, which is how I'm related. But again, I've not done that direct, because to even get as far as I've got now, it takes a long time. You can be on it sort of all day.
This is the oak parlor, the oldest room in the house, and probably is the room where they would have met. But what do you think they would have talked about in here?
They'd get the niceties over. They'd probably
think
have
they
a
had
bit
a
of
cup of
something
tea, or do you think they had a glass of wine?
A flagon or two, I think.
So what happened to Guy Fawkes?
Well, ultimately he was caught under the Houses of Parliament. Then he was promptly arrested and taken to the Tower. After 3 months of torture, Guy Fawkes named the other members of the plot and was then executed on 31st January 1606. So what do we have here? This looks quite historic. It is, it's about 18th century. Wow. Family album. So that is my great-great-grandfather. Edmund Howarth. And his wife. Sarah Kay. Yeah. 1843. He was 1843 to 1880. Yeah. So this is your great-grandfather. Yeah. And your great-grandmother. Yeah. And here he is again. Oh my gosh. Now this is outside the schoolhouse. Wow, in 1876. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? I mean, the photograph is quite clear. Yeah, when you think about how early that photograph is, and, you know, in photography-wise, it's... Right. So then what initially sparked your interest in building your family tree? It's something that I've always been interested in. It's part of who you are, really. Right. It's definitely part of who you are, what makes you, you know, you. And it's just nice to look back and think, wow,
That's my great-great-grandfather that sat there, you know. And I go past this same building and it's like, wow, you know, you think he's sat there and it's just mind-blowing, really.
It's fascinating,
isn't it? Definitely is, yeah.
It's incredibly touching to see how precious these memories are to her and how it's helping to uncover her family history.
As we continue to dig into Roz's family history, we discover even more connections between her ancestors. Her great-grandfather, Joseph Howarth, worked at the estate in the late 1800s.
Oh, this is so cool. So Joseph Howarth mowing a field to be flooded for a winter skating rink at Hopwood Hall, 1895. So you have an ancestor who was the gamekeeper here at Hopwood Hall, is that right?
As far as I know, yeah.
As far as you know.
William Thornley.
William Thornley.
Yeah.
So that's also so interesting because you're connected in so many different ways to this property, and then here you are now.
Exactly,
So just, you know, it's history repeating itself, which is incredible. It's just so interesting to look back and you see these people and, you know, they have lives and they moved around and had friends and families and jobs. Makes you think. That's what I am most moved by, I think, when I look back through my family tree. But even hearing your stories and hearing what you're looking through and the sense of understanding of where they came from or where you came from. I experienced that same thing, and it really, it's it's an interesting, exciting feeling to feel like you've figured out a path.
And also as well, when you look at pictures like this, I always think, well, they're not forgotten because you're looking at these and they're remembered. So they're not forgotten even though they're not here anymore, they're still here.
I love her passion for her family history and how she has found so many discoveries over the years.
You get to a certain point where it sort of like becomes a bit confusing because quite often you get father and son the same name, his father the same name, and back they repeat the same names, and it you know, to trace it forward, I find it sometimes quite hard to do that. But I do know on Ancestry it does pop up and tell you how you're related to that person.
Yeah, that's what I love, is that sort of suggestion.
Yeah, it's quite helpful in a way. Ancestry.
Those hints and being able to, you know, and then you can sort of research it more and then find out, and it really is helpful.
They find people that are related to you.
That's the other thing I find so interesting, is just hearing from other people that feel they're connected to Hopwood Hall, and the fact that we can now interlink and share stories and photographs and help to build each other's tree. I love that sense of camaraderie. It's an unexpected feature, I think, and also just to create some new friendships. Well, thank you so much for being here, walking around with you, hearing your stories of your family history. It's really filled a lot of gaps for me to understand what happened here at the Hall, and I'm so happy to have you come up here, not only as someone that knows about this, but also as a friend and someone who's always welcome to come up to the Hall, and that we have that deep connection between us that we've found through our family history.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's great.
Centuries, really.
Centuries,
Wow.
How about a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here.